Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of... No. This is for August of 2023. We are just going to jump right in here, Cancer. You have this windfall card. It says, expect a sudden windfall of money or pay raise soon. There you go. You also have this laborer. It says, your hard work will reward you soon. Keep at it. There you go, Cancer. So there could be some, financial rewards coming in for you. For some of you, I'm getting that it could be like a new client, if you do client work or anything like that. So that would be nice. For others, I feel it's just something new. So some of you could be getting a new job or starting a new career or something like that. But let's see here. You have the Ace of Wands, the Hermit, and the Three of Swords. Plain and simple, if you want love, you have to get out of hermit mode is what I would say here, Cancer. Already, without even finishing this, Three of Swords to the Page of Cups. You have the Hermit. It's like literally there's a Page of Cups that wants to make you a love offer. But, again, if you're in hermit mode, you're not going to find this person. So there definitely could be love. And yes, we are in a Venus retrograde. And I always say that, really, you can meet the love of your life during Venus retrograde. So I always tell people, don't allow retrogrades to control your life. And again, it's always funny to me. I always say to people who are always like, oh, it's retrograde, you shouldn't do anything. I'm like, okay, if you're going to take astrology that seriously, then you would live in a bubble. You would not do anything. So, again, don't get me started, because I guarantee you, if you looked at your chart, you would, and you really actually lived that aggressively, then you would never get anything done. So I always tell people, I know plenty of people. I know people that have got married under Mercury retrograde that are still together 40 years later. So, you know what I mean? It's like you can't live your life just being, stuck in prison of astrology. So I always tell people, again, if you meet a person, date them and just realize that, yes, after things might be different. The good news is they could be better than when it started. So again, don't be afraid to start anything at this time. You have the Ace of Wands here. Ace of Wands is a passionate new beginning. You do go to the Knight of Wands as well. So again, there's clearly some sort of passionate new beginning coming in for you. This looks like an adventure to me. It looks like something that is growing or that will grow over time and will probably turn into something different. So, it's kind of interesting that I said that with the Venus retrograde, that you might be, if you start a relationship, for example, it might turn into something else, after the retrograde, because, that's just what happens during retrogrades. But this could be anything. It might be anything. It might not necessarily be just a relationship. You might be, again, getting a new client, and maybe the project starts small and then gets bigger by the time you get to the end of the project. Definitely a need for you to get out of hermit mode. Again, the hermit, he's stuck in hermit mode. He's not shining his inner light. He has the star in his lantern here, and you actually have the star 2 rows over. So I feel for a lot of you, it's time for you to shine your inner light. It is definitely time. I feel like you've been through healing because you have the star, but you have the Three of Swords, which says you could be holding on to some heartbreak, or maybe there's a need for forgiveness. The Three of Swords really is a card of forgiveness. It says once you forgive yourself or forgive a situation, then you can set your heart free. And this does not even have to be for love. This could be just forgiving any situation so that you can set yourself free. So let's see here what is going on for you here, Cancer. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Four of Pentacles. Yes, let go of the past, plain and simple. Four of Pentacles is holding on too tightly to the past. Ace of Wands is literally out with the old, in with the new. So I feel like there's a new, much better opportunity in your life coming in for you. With the Hermit, you have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of independence. It's also a card of success and abundance. So, it's a lot of success here. But really, the Nine of Pentacles is a card of gratitude and luxuries. But it's a card of that says when you are grateful for things that you have, then you will get more abundance or more awards and things like that, or rewards for your abundance. The other thing is that it's a card of skill. You have the Laborer card. Normally, the lady on the Nine of Pentacles, she has grapes on her, behind her, and grapes is what I meant to say. Grapes in the tarot, they represent something that is very hard to grow. They represent something that requires a lot of skill to grow. So if you have some sort of skill, this could be you needing to show off that skill right here, because that's the thing that could bring in abundance. If you have a skill and you're not using it, then obviously you're not going to make money with it, or you're not going to become successful because of it, or whatever. So definitely time for a skill. With the Three of Swords, you have the King of Pentacles. Again, I'm wondering if you had a person who like made it seem like you would be together forever. Maybe they did a lot of future faking or whatever you want to call it. And that's been hard to overcome with this Three of Swords. But really, I feel there is a permanent connection coming in for you here. But look, Four of Cups, it's like not accepting it. So again, if you want love, obviously if you don't want love, this message isn't for you. But if you do want love, I do feel you're going to need to open up here, or you need to open up to a new person. It could be a Pisces here, could be an Aquarius, could be a fire sign, could be any sign, general reading. Could also be an earth sign. You have Virgo and Taurus showing up here as well. So it could be any sign. I just listed off all 12 signs basically. So there you go. Next, you have this August card. I didn't even see that. It says you will find your pack. Act with sincerity and without conditions. You have this Aquarius card. It says you're headed in the right. You are ahead of time. Make decisions based on the social good. So, again, you have that August card. I kind of feel the August card is giving you like a boost this month because it's the month of August. I feel it's like literally saying you're getting a lot of benefits right now. With this Aquarius card, I feel like anything that could benefit the collective, I do feel this is true for everyone, mostly because of Pluto and Aquarius, which will be happening, beginning of next year, basically. And then you have the star right here, which is Aquarius. Anything you can do to benefit the collective will benefit you times a million, basically. You have the Knight of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Three of Cups. I feel like you need to realize that a past person was inconsistent, just in general, and always will be inconsistent. I'm almost 1,000,000% sure that I've told you the story of the scorpion and the toad before, and I'll spare you the details. You can look it up if you want, but I feel like it's just in their nature. They just are inconsistent. It's not you. I feel like they will do this to everyone that they date. So, definitely needing to release the past here. I do feel for the most part, I wouldn't even focus on that if I were you. The only thing I would focus on if I were you this month is this right here. I would focus on putting more energy and more time into things that you desire to do. The Knight of Wands, he desires to do something. It doesn't matter what it is, and he does it. Just plain and simple. If he wants to go skiing, then he goes skiing. He just goes and does it. And, you might be saying, well, Chris, I can't go skiing. I live in the middle of the desert. Well, maybe you have to move. Maybe you have to travel. And then people always say, I can't travel. And I'm like, well, I don't care. Then you need to go skiing in your brain then. Then, you know what I mean? Just visualize it. Imagine it, right? Because if you truly want to do something, you will do anything you can to make it happen, right? Especially if you're watching Minnow Tarot, right? You're watching this right now, which means that you will do whatever it takes. So then you will visualize whatever you want. If you do that, then you're going to attract it, right? Plus, you'll be living it in your head, which is free. So you might as well do that. You have the Page of Cups here. Definitely could be a new love offer coming in for you. So again, if you want love, looks good. Again, he is having this dream right here. This fish might not be real. And I always say might not be real because we don't know. We don't know if that fish is in his imagination or if it's his pet or if it's real. But, I don't care. All I care about is the fact that I feel like he needs to grab onto that fish. He needs to make sure that that fish does not escape the cup. So I feel like there's something that you need to grab onto. It's probably going to bring in a lot of joy and happiness, Three of Cups. So it could be an opportunity. For some of you, I do feel it's a work opportunity. We go this way. Six of Pentacles, this way, Justice. So it could be a very well-balanced opportunity, especially if it is work or business. I feel like it's something that where you are getting paid for your skills. Like you have a certain skill, like I said, with the Nine of Pentacles, and you're getting what you deserve. With the Knight of Wands, you have the King of Wands. King of Wands, he kind of works towards things that he wants. He really is willing to put in the work to get what he wants, really. If you are, it kind of encourages you to be brave and assertive. And that's what I feel going this way right here. The star is something that you want to do. Like I said, it's something you want to work towards. And so I feel like you're going to have to be brave and assertive to make it happen. With the Page of Cups, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Love it. King and Queen of Pentacles here. If you're looking for love, this could be a divine counterpart. Definitely could be an earth sign or someone with earth in their chart. I definitely see a lot of earth here, obviously. So could be a very solid connection, plain and simple. With the Three of Cups, you have the World, a big accomplishment coming in for you. I do feel that some of you, where was it? I thought you had the Six of Cups for some reason. I guess I'm making that up in my head. But I get this feeling of like having something here that you've wanted to do for a very long time. What I was going to say is it's almost like you there's something that you've wanted to do since you were a child. Like it could be, some sort of career or just something for fun. And I feel for whatever reason, I kind of see this world card as you accomplishing something you've wanted to accomplish for a long time. But again, it could be anything. Next, you have this card that says, embrace what you've learned and cherish your experiences because they are divinely fated. You have this card that says, don't compare your life to others. Your journey is your own. Yeah, and I feel like this is a good thing. You know what's super weird here, Cancer, is what's popping into my head is that there could be certain things where you're saying to yourself, where you are thinking, oh, I'm, behind in life because I don't have X, Y, and Z experience. But I actually think this is something that is making you incredibly valuable. It's like, I feel like there are certain things that maybe you feel like you should have done to be, more mature. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's like maybe you think that you should have had certain experiences in life to make you more mature, or that would make you, seem more experienced in like work or business or love or whatever it is. But I actually think whatever is going on here, it makes you more valuable. I'll give you like a good example. Like in work or business, it's like sometimes I think, there's a thing called the curse of knowledge where it's like if you know too much, it actually makes you overthink everything, so then you don't get anything accomplished. But if you don't know too much, then you actually just can try things and you just see what works and you actually become more successful because of it. And that's kind of like popping into my head here. And this could be in any area of your life. But again, I think you're saying to yourself in your brain, like, oh, this won't work because I don't have this experience. It could also be love I'm getting as well. Like you might say, oh, I'm not very experienced in relationships, so this person wouldn't like me. I actually think that's exactly why this person would like you if there's a person coming in for you, is because you don't have a bunch of experience, right? Or, who the hell knows? I don't know what I'm trying to say here, Cancer. Take it how it resonates. But it's definitely popping into my head with this energy. You have the Four Cups, the Star, and the Hangman. The Four Cups is trying to manifest something. He's trying to manifest. I look at him as trying to manifest a cake, but it's like he's manifested the flour, the sugar, the eggs in front of him, but he isn't, he doesn't have a cake in front of him. So, he needs to mix all four cups together and then he needs to pop it in the oven and bake the cake, right? And I feel that for a lot of you. Like I feel maybe you're trying to bake a cake, or you're, trying to manifest something, and it's like you have all the ingredients, but you just need to put the ingredients together is what I'm getting here. I do feel you've had a lot of disappointments in love as well. You have the Star card. Again, probably the only thing, like I said, that I would focus on in this reading if I were you, plain and simple. There is other stuff going on in this reading. But like I said, I would be focusing on the Ace of Wands and the Star. The Ace of Wands being your desire, something you desire to do. I always like to tell people that I look at the Ace of Wands as something that excites you. It's something that can wake you up at 4 o'clock in the morning that you're excited to work on. Like if you've ever been so excited to do something, that's like the positive side of the Ace of Wands. The Star, same thing, kind of, very inspirational. It's something that you have a lot of hope and faith in as well. So I feel like there could be a really solid project coming in for you with this card in like work or business. Could also be love. You have the Hangman here. I feel like you've been waiting for something. I feel also you're kind of like more, I feel like you're more enlightened as to like where to put your energy. We see this right here, going to the Six of Pentacles. Maybe you're just more aware of where to put your energy, or you have a better idea of what is a better way to spend your energy. And I would pay attention to that for sure. With the Four Cups, here you go. You have the Ace of Cups. There's a big love offer coming in for you here, plain and simple. Again, you're not going to find this person sitting on your couch at home. You're going to have to get into public or get on a dating app or do whatever it is that you kids do nowadays to find love, right? I don't even know. So you're maybe it's like, acting like a robot online or something. Who the hell cares? I would do it because there's clearly a big love offer coming in for you. With the Star, but again, if no one knows who you are, they're not going to find you. With the Star, you have the Justice card. So Justice, like 3 times, basically. 1, 2, 3. The Six of Pentacles, he's holding the scale, like the Justice card. So, if you're worried about anything, again, pay attention to cause and effect. I literally say to everyone, the answer to the rest of your life is cause and effect. I say it to everyone. The answer to the rest of your life is justice. The only rule we need to follow for the rest of our lives based off the astrology is if I put energy into something, what do I get out of it? If it's good, if you get a good amount of energy, keep going in that direction. If it moves you towards the happy side of things, move in that direction. If it's the opposite, then obviously don't do it. With the Hangman, you have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords, like round type energy, so I feel like it's time to get moving. Hangman, he is not making any moves, so he does need to get off the pole. He needs to start working towards something much bigger and better. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this bee spirit, says sweet results await. You have the turtle spirit, says slow and steady wins the race. Yes, I feel like it's been slow and steady. I also feel this is kind of where the whole like inexperience thing is coming in here. But again, I want you to, for whatever reason, I feel like you just need to remember that, again, the beginner, sometimes like beginner mistakes are really positive. Chocolate chip cookies were a mistake, by the way. Super glue was a mistake, right? So it's like there are plenty of beginner mistakes that are super positive, that are, have been a great contribution to the world. So I feel like you need to remember that, and that's what this is kind of saying. So, I feel like there are sweet results coming in some area of your life. You have the Justice card, the Nine of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. A lot of balance coming in here. I feel like you need to not give up. Again, some of you may be thinking that you're ready to give up on love, but again, I feel there could be something really solid coming in here, so I wouldn't give up just yet. Nine of Wands is also my card of experimentation. To me, he represents throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So anywhere in your life where you can experiment or try new things, I think would be, very beneficial and even profitable for you. You have the Six of Pentacles. Again, I do feel this could say that you are finding a person who practices equal give and take, a person who actually gives. And, I don't know, that seems good to me here for you, Cancer. So I like to see that. I do feel there's like a lot of abundance coming in for you as well, based off of like seeds that you're planting. I look at the Six of Pentacles as a card of planting seeds, as a card of like trying a few things and, seeing what grows, seeing what doesn't, and then going from there. You have the Justice card. I feel like you feel a sense of justice. For some of you, I'm hearing feeling like you hit the lottery. I'm not suggesting that you go play the lottery at all. I don't support gambling, but what I would say is it's almost like for some of you, I feel like you hit the jackpot on something. Let's see. It could be love. You have that Ace of Cups right next to it right here. You have the Nine of Cups. Yes. See, I'm telling you right now, I get that jackpot feeling off of the Justice card. Again, it might not be that dramatic. It might not be something crazy, but I feel like if it's love, like you feel like you hit the jackpot with a person. If it's a client, like I said, I was getting something about clients at the beginning of the reading, so if it's a client, I feel it kind of feels like a jackpot. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Eight of Wands. There needs to be communication. Again, if you're interested in a person, obviously you're gonna have to get in public so you can talk to this person, or again, I'm not even so sure that if you know this person. Some of you might know the person that you're interested in, but for others, I feel like maybe you have no clue who you are interested in. And I feel like this is saying there needs to be communication, or there needs to be more movement towards a person, and that's what I would do here. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is like a new adventure, so I feel for a lot of you that you could be going on some sort of new adventure at this time. We see this with the Knight of Wands as well, so I don't know, I just see like a lot of success coming in for you here, and especially in regards to things that excite you, that you desire to do. Like I already said, I think that would be really good for you. We're going to pull 5 main themes right now. You have this faithfulness card. Yes, I definitely feel if you're attracting love that you could be attracting a faithful person. Again, we do have Venus retrograde right now. I actually don't feel that Venus retrograde is a bad time for love. I personally, I think it's a great time for love. This Venus retrograde in particular, there are some elements that are a little bit toxic, so I would definitely, I would be careful of toxic people in general, if you have toxic past people or whatever. But again, I think as long as you follow the rules of justice, you will be fine. Cause and effect. Here's the other thing, is just don't rush during Venus retrograde. Between now, basically, in September 3rd, take your time. Don't rush the relationship. Don't overgive, and don't, fall in love with the person right away, because if something happens after, then you're going to be hurt. But if you just kind of see how things go, see how it plays out, it might get better after the retrograde. So, that's what I'll say there. You have this falseness card. Yes, again, I would be careful of false people, especially if you have a false person from the past, especially if it's someone who made you wait. Here is what I'm getting. I kind of have the feeling of someone who, it's like they promised you the world, but they made you wait and never offered anything. Like, that's literally what's popping into my head. So, I would be careful if you have a person like that, especially during the Venus retrograde. If they're trying to come back, I would be careful. I just wouldn't let them, plain and simple. Yeah, because you have this thief card. They might be coming in to steal your happiness, or they might be coming in to steal your joy or something like that. So I'd be very careful. Next, you have this death card. I do feel there is a change coming in for you. I feel like there's a change in the way you work, is what I'm getting here. You might have the same job. You might have the same business or the same career, but I do feel there is something here that is changing in regards to your work or your career. I do feel it's positive. I feel like you're going to be happy about this change. I feel like it's going to be a good thing. Doesn't even want to focus, but there we go. So I wouldn't worry about it, but I do feel there is kind of like a death-like change happening there. And finally, you have this money card. Definitely money coming in for you. Looks like a really good money time for you, especially if there's any like big contracts or anything like that. Mostly, like if you have the Three of Cups here, and didn't you have the Three of Pentacles as well? I think, or maybe not, but you have the Three of Cups here. So again, if you're getting like a big contract, and if you're worried if you can handle it or not, like again, I feel there are like people who could help you handle it, or there are people who can. I thought you had the Three of Pentacles for some reason. That's going to drive me crazy too. But anyway, it doesn't matter. You have the Three Cups. I feel like there are people who can help you complete a contract if you need help or whatever. So don't shy away from like a big project. If you get one, I would take it. Definitely popped into my head in this reading. But overall, this looks amazing. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your August.